So, it's been about a year since I made a video talking about the events that happened, during that time. And this year, especially this month, in November, there were a lot of things that happened that I wanted to talk about. So, without further ado, let's begin. Jack Doherty got arrested. So this was the main thing I wanted to talk about for this video, since it was something that I was most happy to see. So, for those that don't know, the egotistical Nepo baby, that is Jack Doherty, was arrested on November 15th at 3:20 a.m. for drug possession in Miami, Florida. When this happened, I swear, Twitter was celebrating his arrest as if they had caught the Zodiac killer. And to be honest, I was also celebrating alongside because this guy deserved it. The way he acts is just annoying, and the way he gets away with these things, it's just because, like, oh, he's rich, or oh, he has a bodyguard. Like, I swear, bro, he's like Squilliam Squilliam Fancy Some, bro. He has a crowd of people to his side that will glaze him, and when he's actually pressed for being a dumb asshole, he just calls on his bodyguards to protect him like the pussy he is, bro. I don't know, man. I'm just pretty happy to see that he's getting what he deserves, and hopefully they give him the 7 years of jail time that they had said they were gonna give him. But am I petty for saying this? Yes, because I genuinely hate Jack Doherty. He's like one of the only people on this world that I genuinely hate. I'm glad they're giving him what he deserves. The thing that I'm worried about, though, is he'll get like a reduced sentence or he'll be bailed out, but hopefully he does get sentenced and he does get what he deserves. Moana and Zelda. So on the same day, I saw that there were 2 live-action films announced, Moana and The Legend of Zelda. One is another live-action cash grab, and the other is a live-action video game adaptation. One is coming out next year, and will hopefully make less than $500 million on the box office, because we did not want this movie to come out, since it's going to be based off of a movie that only came out 10 years ago. The other is coming out in 2027, and from what we know, it looks good, I guess. If you guys can tell already, Moana is the film I am least happy about, because the first look we got for this movie is bringing back PTSD from The Little Mermaid. Like, good god, bro. Dude, these designs look trash. Especially Hey Hey the Rooster, who looks like the fish from the live-action Cat in the Hat. When it comes to The Legend of Zelda, though, I'm hoping that it does good. But I just have a feeling that, it's going to be kind of, sort of maybe mid. I don't know. I never really played the Zelda games before, especially Breath of the Wild or the original. So maybe I just need to play the games, but one part of me thinks that this movie is going to do pretty good since, it's Zelda. But at the same time, I feel like it's not going to perform as good as I think. But we only have images right now, so we just have to wait and see how that goes. Moana on the other hand, I hope it flops. I hope Disney gets the Jack Doherty treatment. I hate Bob Iger. And I hope Disney internally collapses after this movie comes out, because good god, why do we keep making these live-action movies, bro? They're not necessary. We don't need them anymore. The snubbing of Sonic 3 in the Game Awards and The Weeknd in the Grammys. So during the Game Awards, there were nominations for the best video game adaptations of the year. And these were the nominees: the Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, The Last of Us Season 2, Splinter Cell Death Watch, and Until Dawn. Now, there was supposed to be another adaptation that was supposed to be here that was not nominated for the strangest reasons. That adaptation was Sonic 3. This movie was 10 times better than the adaptations here. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just where I stand right now, and I'm sure a lot of people also stand on that as well. I was also kind of surprised to see that this movie was not nominated, considering the sheer peak that this movie was, and the amount it made at the box office too. However, I guess it was released a little too soon for the Game Awards liking, and they kind of forgot it would be eligible, but I digress. Anyway, speaking of snubbing, I want to bring up the fact that Hurry Up Tomorrow, one of the best albums of this year created by one of the most influential artists today, The Weeknd, was snubbed at the Grammys. And I mentioned in one of my previous videos that The Weeknd is the only other artist I would consider myself a fan of, and seeing him getting snubbed for a place at the Grammys hurts. Especially because Hurry Up Tomorrow is a great album and has some of my favorite songs from him, like Baptized in Fear or Wake Me Up. I guess it makes sense though, since the nominees of this year are kinda mid, besides GNX and maybe even Chromacopia, which I brought up in the video I made last year. And I still stand on the fact that there were only 4 good songs in that album. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just where I still stand on that. I'm probably gonna have to make a video about like of my favorite Weeknd songs, because you know he's my favorite artist now. So if you guys want to see that, get this video to 10 likes, and also subscribe if you guys want to see any more videos. Trump, Bill Clinton, and Mr. Island. For those that don't know, several emails were discovered that had Mr. Island, which is what I'm gonna be calling him, so that way I don't get age restricted, asking his brother Mark if Vladimir Putin, the leader of Russia, has pictures of Donald Trump blowing a guy named Bubba, which is actually the nickname of Bill Clinton, meaning that Trump was actually going up against Clinton not to become president, but to showcase to Bubba that he was missing out on something more than his wife. This might also explain why Trump made a bill called the Big Beautiful Bill to commemorate Big Beautiful Bill Clinton. Oh god. Now, obviously, we don't know if this is true because, you know, how would Vladimir Putin get into the US without getting airstriked by NATO? But we never know. And because of these emails, Trump now wants to release the Epstein files since Congress just passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which will basically just redact the entire list, and we actually will probably never get to see the actual list, but, you know, as long as people don't focus on Bubba, I guess. Also on Twitter, the main government account is posting, you know, it's posting about like Trump and his wife, which is kind of strange, and it's basically because Trump, you know, wants to prove that he's not who they think he is. But let's be honest, it's just making the emails more believable, because why are they posting pictures of him and his wife right after the email leak? I don't know, man, it's kind of suspicious, but I guess we'll never know. Running Star in college. In the last round of things that I made last year, I mentioned that I'm doing a program called Running Star where I'm taking college classes during my junior and senior years to get my AA by the time I graduate. So, how's that going? Not really good, I guess. Since my last video, I've had a tough year getting through my classes. I even got like a B plus in an art class that put my English classes to shame, which was the first time I had gotten something less than an A since my freshman year of high school. So right now I'm doing okay, I guess, but I am taking a marine bio course that is kicking my ass, and I hope I can get my grade, you know, just to like at least an A minus. But at this point, I'm just hoping to get at least a B plus, because this course is just, it's just like, oh, read 100 pages in your textbook and then take a 50 question exam that has a 50-minute timer, and then just do this one assignment of the week. Like it kind of sucks, but at this point, I'm just hoping to pass with a B plus. Also, I've applied for like 16 colleges, and 9 of them have already accepted me. And I'm going through one of the toughest decisions ever, trying to figure out which college I should attend, especially when it comes to what I can afford and what college will be the best for my major. Which, if you see my videos on my other channel, you probably have an idea of what career I'm going to try to get into. But yeah, but it's still, you know, everything right now kind of sucks a little bit, but I'm getting through it, slowly but surely. Also, quick mention, the University of Idaho has been sending me more things than any of the other colleges that have accepted me. So, you know, maybe that's a sign, you know, maybe they want me there more than anything. Maybe that's a sign maybe it's just like a sign or something. But, you know, I don't really know. Alright, so before I end the video, I want to thank you guys for watching my videos and leaving likes and comments on my videos and subscribing to my channel. I'm still trying to get to, you know, 100 subscribers on this channel, so if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. And, you know, I'll see you guys next time. Also, go check out my other channel and my TikTok for more content.